Do you expect a cabinet position? I mean, how have you been able to digest this? Or are you still in that shock mode?
Jimmy, I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing?
I think they call that 0 for 3.
Yeah,
yes.
right, exactly.
What's your opinion of why it went this way? Why Americans voted the way we did?
Sometimes America is just gonna America. You think you move forward, and honestly, you know what? I blame those damn Cheerio commercials and showing all those interracial couples. You scared the out of white people.
Trump claims biggest crowds ever, yet the photos show an empty lawn. But that's not the shocking part. Colbert and Sykes dissected how these lies aren't just hilarious. They're part of a bigger ploy that's reshaping truth itself. What's really at stake here? Before we move on, I would like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. You'd think losing a lawsuit would burn a hole in your wallet, right? Not for Trump. The man somehow made $16 million richer after Paramount wrote him a check over a 60 Minutes interview dispute. Yes, $16 million for claiming the interview was, brace yourself, unfairly edited. Now, Stephen Colbert wasn't about to let this one slide. As an employee of the very network that forked over the money, he joked that maybe his goodwill toward the company could also be bought, and for 16 million reasons, of course.
You may have heard the news. Last week, we learned that The Late Show will be ending in May. Over the weekend, it sunk in that they're killing off our show. But they made one mistake. They left me alive. Over the weekend, somebody at CBS followed up their gracious press release with a gracious anonymous leak saying they pulled the plug on our show because of losses pegged between $40 million and $50 million a year.
But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't about proving a legal point. Colbert exposed the strategy behind it. Trump wasn't fighting for journalistic integrity or uncovering some suppressed truth. He was proving a completely different principle. You can, in fact, turn outrage into a lucrative business model. And the receipts? Colbert brought them to the table. Paramount themselves admitted the case was completely without merit, yet they chose to settle to avoid a drawn-out court drama. For them, the monetary loss was less painful than the circus a prolonged legal battle with Trump would bring.
On a more positive note, are you enjoying the Trump trial?
I am enjoying the Trump trial. I really am. You know, I know they say he's passing gas and everything.
I don't want you. I don't think. Don't be offended. I hope not. It's just that everyone loves Carol Burnett.
I love Carol Burnett.
Okay, good.
I started to go, shoot, I'm out of here. I'm coming back tomorrow. So I like that I'm watching it from home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I want to be in that room. You know. But the thing is, he's old. So that's what happens when you're old. You fall asleep and you toot a little bit.
Imagine this as a reality TV script where conflict equals cash. Trump didn't lose. He just rewrote the rules. Disputes, lawsuits, even outright lies became his source of income, like they were plot twists designed for maximum audience engagement. The payout wasn't just a settlement, it was branding gold. Colbert likened the whole thing to shouting, "Look how unfairly they treat me," and walking off with a suitcase of cash for your trouble. Meanwhile, Paramount got to sweep everything under the rug quietly. This isn't a one-off trick either. Media outlets increasingly hand out settlements to avoid the messy spectacle of trial. But Trump, he turned this common tactic into performance art. He created a loop where legal squabbles, outrageous claims, and media attention all fed each other, bolstering his persona as the ultimate victim of the system, and of course, cashing in along the way. Colbert's analysis nailed how this move wasn't just about the money, it was about cementing an image. But while Trump's bank account was growing, Wanda Sykes had her eyes on the larger cultural fallout.
That if Joe Biden did something like that,
oh my God,
he'd have a blimp with Joe Biden farted on it, flying over the courtroom.
Oh yeah, they would pump sound in. They would like put a mic right by his butt.
So it's all fair game in that case.
Yeah, because you can't make fun of him. I mean, the Trump people get really upset.
Right.
Some of them been coming to my show, and again, I'm like, why are y'all here? I hear, and they actually make that noise, and they get up, and it's like, hum, 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 hum. It's like.
Wanda Sykes didn't just take a swipe at Trump, she set her sights on the bigger picture, and honestly, it needed to be said. While Trump was off making vague promises to protect the LGBTQ+ community, his administration was busy rolling out policies that targeted transgender individuals. Sykes called it what it was, blatant hypocrisy. She pointed out the absurdity of focusing on a group that makes up less than 1% of the population while ignoring major issues like climate change. Or as Sykes put it, why not focus on climate change that affects everybody? A fair question, but one this administration clearly wasn't interested in answering. But here's where Sykes really doubled down. This wasn't just about Trump's hypocrisy. She argued that America, as a society, has a nasty habit of ignoring warnings, especially from marginalized groups, until it's far too late. It's what she called a kind of cultural muscle memory. Think about it. Time and again, communities that sound the alarm are dismissed, only for the rest of the country to act surprised when things fall apart. It's like repeatedly ignoring a fire alarm and then wondering why your house is suddenly a pile of ashes. Sykes didn't stop there. She brought up the 2016 election, zeroing in on how most white women chose Trump over Hillary Clinton.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings." The president went on, "I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next." Nope, no, absolutely not, Kimmel. I am the martyr, okay? How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
I'm like, y'all need to watch more Bravo. She joked, combining humor with a hard truth. That statistic wasn't just about voting. It was an example of misplaced priorities, of ignoring the warnings coming from people who knew exactly what was at stake. And let's not forget Trump's policies targeting the very communities he claimed to support. He exploited existing biases, knowing they'd do half the work for him. Sykes made it clear this wasn't just a Trump problem, it was an America problem. His ability to thrive in such an environment wasn't random. It was the result of a society failing to confront its own deeply ingrained biases. And until that changes, Sykes argued, the hypocrisy and division will keep spreading like wildfire.
On Friday, the Wall Street Journal dropped an absolute bombshell. They are reporting that in 2003, Trump sent a birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday that was sexually suggestive. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump's letter featured several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with heavy mark. Yeah, it's the most inappropriate birthday gift since Carvel debuted Fudgy the Hung Like a Whale. That means Donald Trump has drawn pubic hair on every executive order.
Here's the scary part. The problem isn't just Trump's lies. It's how quickly people bought into them. Both Colbert and Sykes highlighted this, showing how absurdity became business as usual. And that's the real danger. When chaos stops feeling like chaos and starts looking normal. Outrage became entertainment. Lies turned into alternative facts. And we pretended the clown wasn't running the circus. But the joke's over. It's time to stop laughing at the absurd and start questioning it. Next time someone brags about crowd size, maybe ask for the proof. And then wonder why crowd size matters in the first place.